What's up, guys? Brian from the Beehive RV here. Today's going to be an amazing day. We're going to install the RLD Designs cap on the back of Scout, our Gladiator. So when I decided I was going to get the RLD Designs rack, of course I looked all over YouTube for some installation instructions, some things. There's a couple reviews on them which are all very good, but I didn't see anything on how to actually install the rack. So today, that's what we're going to do. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, so I'm here inside my hangar at the North Las Vegas airport. This is where I work. Long story short, Bianca and I are not full-time RVers. We both work every single day, and every now and then we can scratch out some time so that we can take the kids and go have some fun in the Jeeps or the RV. And so every minute that we spend getting these things kitted out is a joy and something that we really enjoy. That sounded good. Guys, nothing on this channel is sponsored. Everything that we buy with our own money. Bianca and I work every single day, just about. This is a labor of love. If you like what you see, press the like and subscribe button. You know, let us know that you appreciate the stuff we do. It kind of keeps us going, keeps us motivated, and we love seeing the subscriber numbers go up. So hit that like and subscribe. Very first question I had to ask with the RLD Designs rack was, do I need to have the trail rail system to install it? The simple answer is yes. So the very first thing I'm going to do is install the trail rail system. Why? Because my Jeep didn't come with it. So I had to go buy it. This system was about 350 bucks, and I picked it up from the local Jeep only store, which those guys over there do a great job. And we're going to get this installed. I'll unbox this in just a second, and we'll get that on, then we'll get the cap on. Alright guys, so here we have everything we need for our install of the Mopar trail rail system. Really nice looking system, really nice and beefy. This one comes with 4 clamps as well, and really cool looking box. Some bolts, instructions, save this to put an AR-15 in. So by the look of this is going to go here. You can tell because of this plastic cap piece right there. This should be the piece for the front of the cap. And this one here will go on this side. Again, you can tell because of that little piece right there. Cameo. What's up, baby girl?
What are you doing?
We are installing the Jeep trail rail system. Alright guys, so getting ready to install these. Before I do, number one, I make sure I got my torque wrench. It is set to 7.7 foot-pounds. I got the right connector, the right tool for the job. This is a star bit. It's not an Allen head that kind of fits. It's the right tool for the job. And also, I got my tap, snap-on tap and die set. Finally get the chance to use it. Yay. I'm gonna tap out just the beginning portions of the screw heads, make sure there's none of the bed liner in there that could cause it to bind up or get all jacked up. Okay, so at this point I actually got up there and started cleaning everything out. I used a tap first, which is an absolute must. It's an M8 by 125 screw, which you can, if you don't have enough of them, if your kit comes without one or something, you can order from Quadratech, Mopar parts, whatever. M8 by 125, but you must use a tap and get the screw holes cleaned out and good, ready to be used. So for each one of these, I'm also going to put a little bit of Loctite 243 on, a little blue Loctite. That'll make sure that this never comes undone, never rattles. It's going to be nice and strong and secure. So the next thing we're gonna install is these little metal pieces that are gonna go in the very back of the cab. Back here, we're just gonna tap those in with a hammer, get them in nice and flush, and we'll be able to put our next piece on. Let's do that. Okay, so you would think just putting this rib nut in there would be really easy. And the easy way to do it is by putting a screw in it and hitting the screw first, but it doesn't work that well. I suggest get a cheap rib nut gun, use that, bang it in there and use the rib nut gun rather than the screw, because I had a pain in the neck trying to get that stupid thing in there, but I did finally get it. Alright guys, so we're not going to beat a dead horse here. It's pretty straightforward. This thing comes with 14 bolts. Make sure you have 14 of them. I had 12. I had to go get 2 more. If you need them, they're again M8x125s. You can get them on Quadratech or anywhere else. But anyway, so you're going to tap the hole. You're going to put the bolt in and you're going to torque it to 7.7 foot-pounds. Any idiot can do it. It's 4 bolts in each piece plus the 2 end pieces. When you're done with that, pretty much you're finished. It's going to look great. It's going to be awesome. Don't go using some kind of crappy unistrut or some other hack. Buy the system. It's nice. It works great. It's wonderful. It's, you know, it's a Mopar part. It's good. Okay guys, so a couple of tools you're going to really want to have. Number one, make sure that you do have something that you can tap the stuff out of the holes for. You can see it turned out really nice. But definitely being able to tap the screw holes for where the screws go into the chassis makes a big difference. Make sure you got a torque wrench. You want to have a good one too. That's a snap-on, really good one. For the pieces on the ends over here, I highly recommend having a rib nut tool. It just made it a lot easier. So that first one was a little bit of a pain in the neck, but the rib nut tool really helped out a lot. One thing I'm annoyed with is I got the box yesterday for the trail rail kit. Opened it up today to look inside, and unfortunately it's missing 2 screws. Somebody had gotten in there and removed those. So now I'm gonna go wrench this out real quick, ride up to Jeep only and get 2 more screws so I can finish the job out. It is what it is. It's a pain in the neck.
That's a big deposit.
Yes, it is.
So, what's that rack for over there?
That's going to go on top. What's annoying is the pieces that I need to put the rack on top. They should have been, but they're not. Oh, shame. All right, so there's our rack. There's our cap, I should say. Should go on top. I wanted to get the components for the rack on there first, but unfortunately, they're not here yet. I'm gonna go give one look up front real quick and just see if maybe they came. I hope so. If not, we're gonna do what we gotta do to get this up, and we'll put the rack on Monday. Okay, so there's a couple things we figured out when we went to put this cap on. The very first thing was, number one, when you do this, make sure that you have enough people to lift it up above the bed and keep it above the bed until you get it into position. The bed, or the cap itself, has a very thick gasket. It's about 3/4 of an inch an inch. It lays flat when you place it on there, but you're going to draw it down tight to where it's within about a 1/2 inch of thickness. The problem that we had was we couldn't figure out exactly where we were supposed to place the cap in the beginning. So we kind of went back and forth and back and forth. If I had to do it again, the first thing that I would do is I would install the 2 mounting brackets you're going to see in just a moment here that slide into the trail rails, and then I would mount the brackets that go in the very front. Then you can tell if you have it centered correctly, because the 2 that go in the front, you'll be able to put the bolt through and it'll fit perfectly into the front mounts, which you'll see again in just a few moments here. Overall, it was pretty straightforward and pretty simple. I do think that it would have been nice if they would have included a way to attach it in the rear without using the trail rail, because you'll see again in a moment the 2 little bolts that went through it. They could have easily just drilled 2 more holes in the back a little bit further, about 1 inch further back from where they are in the cap itself, supplied a different bracket and a bolt that would have gone in where the trail rail bolts in, and it would have worked just as well, and it would have saved me $350. It's nice having the trail rail system, but it would have been nice having the $350, and it would have bolted directly to the body. They bolted directly to the body in the front. I don't know why they didn't do that in the rear. Let's take a look at how this actually does bolt up now. All right, so we're getting things going and getting the thing installed. Obviously, we've got the cap on top. That looks really good. One of the things we figured out is you're going to get 2 of these little plates right here. See how my hand is. You're going to get 2 of these little plates right there. Okay, so those plates, they slide into the trail rail system, and they will hold the trail rail system on with the brackets that are supplied. You will see up front what we're going to do is we're going to tap the bottom of these 2 holes. The top hole remains unused. The bottom hole is used to actually hold the bolt that will hold the bracket on in the front. So if you go ahead and place the brackets on in the front first, makes it a little bit easier. Make sure you tap it and drill it. Put the brackets on, put them on in the back as well. And when you go to put the cap on, lift it up so you don't want to drag that gasket across the top. You want to lift it up, get it almost to where it's right in place, set it down on top, and then go ahead and put your bolt through and make sure that it has the clearance that you need. So when you do this, you're definitely going to want to have, again, something to clean out, a tap to clean out the stuff. You're going to get a washer and a bolt. They give you a bunch of different stuff. The directions only call for the washer without a lock washer. I'm going to use Loctite as well when I get it in there. And basically what's going to happen is this is going to thread through there in the corners right there. So now I'm going to tap this thing. You definitely want to use a tap and clean the teeth out, clean out the threads. Otherwise, this is not going to go in. No way. Now it's nice and clean. This should go in no problem. So once you get it in, you'll see that this is what it will look like. You'll have the bolt through the body, the little bracket will sit up there, and then the cap will bolt through onto the bracket. And that's what it'll look like in the front. Okay, so for these, I made sure that when I tightened this down, which is good and tight, which sucks because there's no torque. It didn't give you a torque. I didn't go nuts on it, but it ain't going anywhere. Should be enough where it's not going to pull up, but this, as you can see, this nut and washer and bolt is in there nice and straight. Same thing on this side. I can feel it. So now I'm going to go up here and start tightening down the front. All right, so once we got the cap in place everything ready to go to bolt it down. We got everything tightened up. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like afterward. Super happy about the look. It looks sleek, it looks beautiful, it's really, really well built. But for the real question, let's see what Bianca thinks about it. All right, what are your thoughts, B?
I like it. I like the way it looks. I like how hard the metal is. I like how much room it gives us on the inside. We haven't used it yet, so it's kind of a how does it look thing. I think it's built really well. I like the way how strong the locks are. They feel like if you lock them, somebody's not just going to be able to rip it open and get in there and take our stuff. So far for me, I think it's a win. I think it's great.
It sure looks good.
It looks good. Well, and I think what we should do is on Sunday, today's Friday, so on Sunday I think we should go somewhere and just give it a go and put some stuff in here and just kind of record how we think and yeah, give it an actual trail rating.
Showing how it connects in here. If I can focus that a little bit, there we go. All that kind of jazz. So yeah, it's nice. I was saying earlier some of the things that bother me, but this was just as expensive, if not more, than my fiberglass cap. And my fiberglass cap had a really nice interior, and it was an ARE. It was custom colored for the thing.
It was gorgeous.
LED lights. It even had coat racks for like carrying clothes home from the dry cleaner.
We had that truck for a while. How many times did we go off-roading?
Well, we never used it for off-roading, so this is definitely built better.
That was a luxury cap. This is a functional cap. I think that's what we're going to find the difference.
Right, well, can't wait to put the other thing on the top, the front runner roof rack. That's going to be cool.
Yep, and then we'll have the tent, and then we will have adventures with all that.
And we'll see how it is. There's a lot of space inside. We won't be able to get the quad in there anymore,
because
though.
of this little lip eliminated the quad. But we'll just use our trailer that we bought for the quad.
That's right. Okay, cool.